Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at hostpapa.com. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com for premium unlimited web hosting with the highest rated reviews at the lowest prices. Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 114. I'm Connor Murphy, here with Grace Matthews, all the way from Springfield, Missouri. Hi, Grace.
Hi, how are ya?
I'm doing okay. You know, the heat's back. It cooled down on the weekend. Heat's back, and so is the smoke.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we had a kind of a thunder shower on Friday. Started 144 new fires in the province of BC.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
oh my gosh.
I think we're probably close to 500 fires burning currently.
Oh my, and you know, they lost another firefighter yesterday in California.
Yeah, we lost one last week as well. It's kind of odd. Yeah, he was kind of on loan to the firefighters from one of the forestry companies, and it sounds like he may have had a heart attack or something.
Oh my, yeah.
Because it was a medical emergency, so I don't know what that means in the news other than, you know, it was probably he had some sort of medical thing going on.
Exactly.
So, what are we talking about?
Our thoughts and prayers go out to them.
Yes, definitely.
Well,
keeping us safe.
That's right. Peter Strzok was fired.
Yay! About frickin' time.
Apparently, this happened last Friday.
Oh.
And no one knew about it till he opened up a mean Twitter account yesterday, which he let his own cat out of the bag. He also started a GoFundMe page for his legal fees.
Oh, wow.
The gall of these guys. I mean, don't they know that there are people with lost limbs, children starving? I mean, for them to think, and I'm speaking of him and McCabe did this and others, that their legal funds are more important than other charitable causes. Hell, there's businesses that could use a boost. And would be a better investment for someone. But,
yeah. Well, plus he's been getting paid for 2 years for sitting on his ass.
Well, exactly. I mean, there's speculation about, okay, why was he fired now? Because the committee that investigated it within the FBI suggested that he receive a demotion and 60 days without pay.
Oh, wow.
Well, the deputy director fired him. Now, I think you've got a lot of issues. Now, I don't know, the media, I think, is speculating that he's fired over the tweets. I don't think that's what he actually got fired. I mean, the text messages.
You know what?
Text messages. I don't think that's what he got fired over.
I think that basically he should have been charged with treason. That's what I think.
Well, you know, he broke rule number 1, too. You do not, infidelity is reason for dismissal with the FBI.
Yeah, blackmail.
Okay, so right there.
Yeah.
You know, you have that, and you can't blame Trump for that. I mean, even in the military, it's a dishonorable discharge.
Yeah, I mean,
so if you
ridiculous.
let him go, if the directors let him go on the infidelity, then you got to let everybody go.
Pretty much.
So I think there is more to it than the text messages. Although I think the text messages should have been enough.
Well.
But this delayed response is about something else. Now, there's also some inklings that maybe after Lisa Page gave her testimony behind closed doors, that they have discovered that he lied in his testimony.
Well, he definitely did that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not stupid. Like, seriously, he should have been fired 2 years ago, and a lot of them charged with treason. That is my take on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with you. Now, here's the president's take on it. Fired FBI agent Peter Strzok is a fraud, as is the rigged investigation he started.
Yeah.
There was no collusion or obstruction with Russia, and everybody, including the Democrats, know it. The only collusion and obstruction was by Crooked Hillary, the Democrats, and the DNC. And he's kind of got a point there.
Oh, I mean, definitely.
He's on a rampage. He says they were all in on it.
Yeah.
It was clear.
Pretty much.
Hillary Clinton and others were out to frame Donald Trump. I mean, you've got the dossier, you've got these players. I mean, when he calls it a witch hunt, I don't think he's that far off.
Yeah. I basically, there's nothing in that tweet that I don't disagree with. I think he's 100% right. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of them needed to be charged with treason. That's what I think. I think this is way worse than Watergate. And proof that the deep state exists is that none of them have gone to jail. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. And he says, Strzok started the illegal rigged witch hunt. Why isn't the so-called probe ended immediately? I mean, when you poked all these holes in it, why aren't these angry and conflicted Democrats instead looking at Crooked Hillary? She really did break the law.
Oh, absolutely.
They have not found anything on him. Now, like him or hate him, he doesn't deserve to have a crime contrived.
No. Yeah, exactly. It's gone way too long now. Something needs to happen, and something needs to happen quick, because this is it's a farce.
It is a farce, and it's becoming a ridiculous farce.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got Bruce Orr. Remember, he was married to Nellie Orr. Okay, he was on the case against Trump. I'm calling it the case against Trump because I don't know what else you could call it. Collusion is not exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for anything to hammer Trump with. Anyway, she worked for the company Fusion GPS that was responsible for the fake dossier that Hillary Clinton's team paid for.
Right.
He is supposed to testify 2 weeks from today, behind closed doors. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. I think, if you can get more out of him behind closed doors, great. I think at some point the people need to be able to see him talk about the situation.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there.
But the president says, Bruce Orr of the Justice Department, and he says, can you believe he is still there? I agree with that. What the hell is this guy doing still working for the Justice Department? He is accused of helping the disgraced Christopher Steele find dirt on Trump. Orr's wife, Nellie, was in on the act big time. Both worked for Fusion GPS on the fake dossier. And there is evidence that Bruce Orr had several meetings at a coffee shop with Christopher Steele on the dossier.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is corrupt. This is collusion. This is the very definition of collusion.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is a conflict of interest. How far are the Republicans going to let this go on? Because right now, I'm blaming the deep state.
Yeah, we're in almost 2 years on this already, and nothing has happened.
Yeah, you're talking wusses.
And if they would have had anything on Trump, they would have had it a long time ago, because he wasn't even president and they had somebody in his camp. So if they had dirt, if they had actual Russian collusion, we would have heard about it by now.
Oh my gosh. We would have heard about it. It would have been in our faces so bad we would have been turning off the TVs.
Pretty much. Yeah. Wow.
So I don't know. I mean, the Republicans and even Trump has got to tighten up the ships a bit,
Yeah, he's kept a few people in place that makes me scratch my head. I'm wondering, are they deep state, can't be touched, or what's the reason he's kept them around?
Yeah, Jeff Sessions, I mean, what does he do all day?
I don't know.
I mean, he comes up with these marijuana things. That's so yesterday. Nobody wants the DOJ fighting marijuana wars. I mean, nobody does.
No, but
and that's the only thing I know that he's been doing.
Well, he's probably
a little bit on immigration, but mostly that's been Kristen Nielsen.
Well, I'd like to see how many big pharma companies are contributing to his campaign. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because that's the only reason that you'd be against cannabis or marijuana now, is if...
That's exactly right.
So, keep exposing yourself there, Sessions. Looks good on you. I'd love to see some bars in front of his face.
Absolutely. And the only reason the president put him in there was he was one of the first people to support Trump from the Congress. The Congress and the Senate members didn't take him very seriously, and Jeff Sessions came out right from the beginning. Let me tell you, that's not enough to promote somebody.
Right.
That's how he got damn Omarosa. Or Omarosa.
Omarosa, whatever.
She only needs one name,
Yeah.
with a name like that. Okay, her tell-all book comes out today.
Wow.
And the president said yesterday, wacky Omarosa, who got fired 3 times on The Apprentice, now got fired for the last time. She never made it. Never will. She begged me for a job, tears in her eyes. I said, okay. People in the White House hated her. She was vicious, but not smart. I would rarely see her, but heard.
Wow. Yeah, and you know what? That's kind of what I get from her, too.
Oh, yeah. And he went on this morning, when you give a crazed, crying lowlife a break.
Yeah.
And give her a job at the White House, I guess it just didn't work out. Good work for General Kelly for quickly firing that dog.
Yeah, I agree with that. I watched her on Big Brother last year. The celebrity Big Brother?
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Well, yeah, she hasn't changed much from her Apprentice days at all. I mean, she's not interested in anything that doesn't benefit her in some way. So I don't really like that kind of a person,
At some point, it's not interesting, and it's not genuine.
Well,
she is less than authentic.
Yeah, it's all about the drama and creating that drama, and all about her. So she'll say whatever the hell she wants to bring that drama in. So yeah, I hope nobody buys her book, tell you the truth.
Well, and even if they do, she had signed a non-disclosure. So the president's campaign has filed an arbitration against her. So she will probably lose everything she makes on the book, which is really sad because she'll never work again. I mean, all these people that want to talk to her because she's bashing the president, they're not going to hire her later. Yeah. She is done because you can't trust people like this.
Well, I think her book's going to be labeled as fiction. Because it's going to be a lot of fiction.
She's saying that she has, first of all, she taped, General Kelly firing her.
Right.
And she was in the Situation Room where you are not supposed to have any electronic device. So, she took one in anyway. I mean, that is disrespectful to the government, the country, the people, and the people she worked for and with. I mean, there is no one she didn't kick in the ass on that.
Wow.
This is not the local Kmart where you're not supposed to take your device into a meeting. This is the government.
I wouldn't have doubted that this was her plan from the beginning, writing this book.
Absolutely. And a lot of people take these government jobs, hold them for a year, and then write a book. Most of them do not disclose things that are personal. She apparently has bashed the family after, a year ago, praising the family and Trump.
Right.
On the air. So you're right. She's an opportunist of the worst kind.
Yep, I agree.
And besides, she can't decide where she wants to be when she grows up. She's been, a TV personality, an attorney, a minister, a government PR person or a White House PR person, and now she's an author, and now it doesn't matter what she wants to be. She's had 100 breaks for someone that is sleazy. She should have gotten a break. And now she's going to have nothing. Zero. Big fat zero. They wouldn't probably hire her at Walgreens.
She should be a drama teacher.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Maybe Trudeau's old job is still out there for her.
That's right. Yeah.
You can put those two together in the same paragraph. Oh. Yeah. I'm making myself ill here.
Well, there's not a lot of authenticity there.
No, not at all.
Okay, Friday. Movie Mile 22 comes out. Supposedly, I've heard that one of the characters is based very closely on Steve Bannon and his tenacity. Oh. I know that our viewers are very alert and interested in Steve Bannon, so I just really wanted to mention that.
I wonder who gets to play Steve.
Well, they wouldn't quite admit that the character was completely Steve. They admitted it without admitting it.
What's the movie about? I haven't heard this.
I really don't know. I mean, it is a military movie, and it's Berg. Wow. He has done, it's a paramilitary team.
Okay.
Sounds CIA operatives are on an urgent and dangerous mission, one that the government doesn't recognize. I do know that. So it's going to be one of those.
One of those.
Yeah, kind of like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
Great. They don't recognize it till later on, and if it's over enemy lines, they never recognize it.
Sounds like a Clancy novel, almost.
Yeah, it does. But this Peter Berg has directed several movies. It's got Mark Wahlberg, and people really love these movies. They said they had a hard time getting a trailer because it is so violent. So if you love that violent, bloody stuff, it's for you. But I think as far as we're concerned, when Steve Bannon shows up, we talk about it.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm definitely checking the movie out, and I'm going to be looking for the Steve Bannon character. That's awesome.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Hey, cool. You know, as much fun as we poke at Steve, he's got a character in a movie. There you go.
Well, you know what? He is going to be back in 2020. And
I have that feeling
as if nothing ever happened between him and Trump.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I you know what? I'd agree with that. I think I totally agree with that. I have a feeling he's not done yet.
No, he's not done.
He's just finding a new broom closet to live out of.
Yeah, well, what was it? He said he was eating nothing but sushi. When he gets ready for some pizza and cheeseburgers, he'll be coming out.
That's exactly how I imagine him smelling.
Like pizza and cheeseburgers or sushi?
Sushi.
Yeah. That's where I would go.
Oh, wow.
And we may not even need him because the Democratic Party is a mess. I mean, it's a mess. They did a poll, and more than half of those that identify as Democrats also identify as socialists.
Wow. That's kind of a scary thought.
I mean, it's like 57-43. Now, if that 43% doesn't go into the socialist train of thought, the Republicans are going to beat their asses every time.
Yeah, that's a real division.
How serious is this? I would like to know, how were the questions asked? Because this is shocking, and I'm not sure how to take it.
Yeah, that's way bigger than I would have thought it.
I would have thought that 15%.
Yeah, that's, I would, same kind of page there.
Because when Bernie ran, it was about 10%. I mean, for it to go from 10% to like 57%, wow. How did they ask the questions?
Yeah, well,
either that or, Bernie made a big impression, and also Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, yeah.
Might be making a bigger impression than we thought.
Yes, and I think you are correct there as well. Our media up here freaking loves her. She's on, like, I can't scroll through my Facebook feed without seeing 3 or 4 something on her.
Well, she's kind of a female version of Trudeau.
Yeah, they're pretty much really just as smart. Pretty much just as smart, too.
Let me also interject this. You've got the baby boomers getting old and dying, and so now you have the millennials are actually, for the first time, outnumbering the baby boomers. This could be a real number. I know. This could be very scary. I mean, it really could. So I'm anxious to see what happens in an election that's not just local. Because you can take local pockets and you're not going to see maybe any socialists. Yeah. And a lot of the local markets we've seen in the past 6 months, or really this whole year, have been very traditional markets what happens when we throw in some of these cities and some of these areas that might just be socialistic.
California?
Oh, yeah, California and different areas along the northeast coast.
California is quite split with their political views too. Like it differs a lot from south to north and east to west.
Well, yeah, it's such a huge state.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like the fourth largest economy in the world by themselves.
Yeah. But then there's Texas, too, who's huge, and they're all on the same page.
Yeah.
A Texan is a Texan.
It's much more cohesive, and a lot of more traditional, particularly Republicans, have moved from California to Texas.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's just crazy. In fact, Texas went after those people. They actually have this ad campaign. So, very interesting.
Yeah.
You know, we keep saying that we have taken care of ICE.
Right.
You know, we've almost eliminated them. Yet terrorism it's still happening every month at some place. I mean, we had the issue in Canada. Now we have another one in London.
Oh.
A guy drove his car into a crowd near Parliament, and they have declared it terrorism.
Wow. You can't find a gun, you use a car.
They got the guy, but he's not cooperating.
Well, surprise, surprise.
So.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they said he would say anything. And I do want to say also that a bridge collapsed in Italy.
Oh.
And the last I heard, 22 people are dead.
Oh, my God. No way.
At least one of them was a child. So
wow.
Our hearts go out to them, for sure.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Speaking of London, Tommy Robinson is out, I guess, on bail.
Oh, is he? Oh, yes. My goodness.
So, yeah, that happened last week, I believe. But there hasn't been much in the media about it since then, other than he's been released. I guess a judge was like looking at the whole thing going, this is absolutely stupid, and granted him bail at least. But he'll still have to face his day in court. Yeah,
and we don't know how that's going to go. And in fact, I'm concerned about it.
I can guess.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Speaking of socialists.
Yeah. Oh, boy. And Britain is becoming more and more socialist.
All of Europe.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. There's definitely a trend, and I don't get it because socialism throughout history has failed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never made it.
No.
Capitalism has. And capitalism is not perfect by any stretch.
Yeah.
But it works best, until you come up with something better. Don't keep falling back into the same pattern. But that's what we do. People, societies, we tend to repeat our mistakes. Why do we do that?
I don't know. Cycles of history. Yeah. It's like I guess right now the big thing is tear down the statues. That's what's happening in Canada now.
Oh, you guys have got that.
Yeah.
Statue-itis.
Yeah, so when you say, we're repeating history, it's not surprised if you're going to hide your history, So it's really dumb. Very dumb.
Well, and why are people so, we talked about Trump's arrangement syndrome last week, but there's a greater derangement going on. I mean, like these statues. I mean, we will repeat our past if we erase it.
Yeah. I had a friend that came up with a really great idea. Instead of removing these statues, build a new one opposing it, facing it.
Exactly.
Isn't that a much better solution?
Oh, that's a fabulous solution.
Yeah.
I mean, and imagine this. It's logical.
Well, actually, I think that was our friend Sean Smith that's been on the show with us from the Digital Hallway. Right?
That sounds like Sean Smith.
Yeah. It was a great idea. I'm like, why didn't anybody think of this?
And we're so filled with hate sometimes. We want to be ugly. Let's rip it down.
Yeah.
Instead of build something, take the more positive tone,
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I just made no bake cookies, so. You want to do something nice for a friend that is gluten-free? Remember, no bake cookies.
No bake cookies.
It's about the best thing a celiac or gluten-free person can have.
Yeah, I you know what? I wish I could go that way, but it's a tough diet. It's a very tough diet.
It's tough. I've been 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, since I've had wheat.
And it's an expensive diet too.
Well, you learn as you go along.
Yeah.
And it becomes less expensive, but it is a little bit,
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people overeat meat when they go gluten-free.
Oh, interesting.
Because you're going, I can't have bread, I can't have, so they eat meat, and sometimes they get some, really big, but it's not like fat big, it's kind of like meat big, protein big.
Yeah.
So they change, their body structure will change. I had a friend, she really did that. She was like really tiny, and she was diagnosed as a celiac, and she started eating, I guess, more meat, Yeah. Obviously less bread or no bread. And man, she did not have a pinch of fat on her, but she was twice her size. It's just changes.
Well, I know
you are what you eat.
Yeah, I know.
Literally.
I know that a loaf of bread here, gluten-free bread's like $8.
Yeah, well, I can usually get it for about $5 here.
Wow, still expensive.
We get food so much cheaper than you guys do.
Yeah, shockingly. Along with fuel, your gasoline.
Yeah. I think you were talking about eggs one day.
Yeah, it's like $3.99, $4.99 for a dozen here.
Yeah. Well, I have been working on this chicken salad thing, and I thought, one of these days I'm going to tell Connor what I actually pay for chicken breasts. I pay $1.99 a pound.
Wow. Yeah,
sometimes $1.79.
We're probably
How
at
much
least.
Would you guys?
I don't know. I buy them at Costco in a big, huge bag.
Yeah.
So I think it's I don't know. What would it be? A 10 pound? Not 10 pounds. I don't think it would be 10 pounds, but it's $20.
Maybe.
Yeah, $20. So
you're probably paying about
$4.
$4. Yeah. You're paying double. So
yeah.
Little grocery store talk there.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to find out. I mean,
but you're right. You said there's a reason why Americans are so fat. It's cheap fun.
Yeah.
Eating is cheap fun in the U.S.
Well, I definitely have to agree with that.
We don't always agree, but life's a journey, and we're all in this together. Thanks for listening. Godspeed, Connor, and Godspeed to all of our friends out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and thanks for listening.
Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at hostpapa.com. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com for premium unlimited web hosting with the highest rated reviews at the lowest prices.